This dude getting sent to the G. Welcome back. Yes, sir.
Good on both.
You're not going to find many better two-way.
Angeles, another three.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now here's George. Ball outside. Pass to Joe. The three. Minnesota again. Bridges outside. Lets it go from 14. Out to Harris. Back to Love. 4-3. The rebound by Nesmith. Here's George. He takes it in. Oh, and the dunk by George.
Oh, I love this guy. Even when they're trailing, he works hard to put on a show.
Hey, that might be just what they need right now.
I agree. I mean, now's when they need a spark the most.
And so it's Los Angeles closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. They've had incredible success. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
In addition to that, they found their weight around inside tonight, too, thumping and bumping in the paint. A lot of their points have come from inside.
Court for the Timberwolves.
Yo, whoa, what the fuck?
Williams is out there with Lonzo Ball.
What was that?
Jalen Brunson, and it's Maxey in at the 2 guard.
Days of the early 80s. I see a few similarities. Solid, consistent, pretty mobile, can put it on the floor, can do a lot of good stuff. He came into the league so young, only 1 year in college, and he's had a long, productive, steady career, a pro's pro. And that's high praise when you've done it for as long as Tobias has.
Ball against Brunson. And here's Embiid. Over Nurkic. No good off the back of the rim. Timberwolves trail by 8. Here's Ball. And Ball throws it down.
Man, he's got great speed, Ball does. This guy is really good at finding ways to slither through the defense.
Pass to Harris. And there's a whistle.
What?
To shoot 2. Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, and they want a second opinion on that call. The signal for the coach's challenge has been made.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game.
Bias being fucking calls. Come on, we gotta cut this out.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll...
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials.
Damn right it's overturned. Like, why is Tobias getting... Oh, shit, I was wondering, like, what the fuck is he doing?
They fixed it in a hurry.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Clippers' talent level is unquestionable, but they can run hot and cold at times. Coach Ty Lue said taking care of the basketball, transition defense, offensive rebounds, and spacing. Those are the 4 things you have to consistently be good at every single night. Brian?
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about, Allie. Pass to Paul. Now here's Embiid.
Get there.
Strus with it. The 3.
I'm here.
And the Clippers miss again.
The rotation.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Brunson inside with the finish.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Like, how could you take that shit?
outside, Williams. Off the mark there with a three. Los Angeles leading by 6. Paul with it. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. And Nurkic with the ball.
Showing off the timing and awareness defensively. Better think twice before challenging Nurkic.
And it's Maxey missing. Los Angeles has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. To the inside, Kennard. Out to Harris. Pass to Paul. And here's Embiid. And it falls all over the rim and in. Embiid's got 6 points.
Man.
The focal point in this offense, Embiid has no hesitation shooting off the catch.
And Chris Finch calls time. And a new group getting ready for the Clippers. Gordon, he's checked in for Tobias Harris. Chris Middleton comes in for Strus. Mikal Bridges checked in for Kennard. And Suggs is subbed in for Paul. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Edey's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Neesmith comes in for Williams. Miller's checked in for Ball. And James is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. For 3, Maxey sinks it from distance. He's got 5.
It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
Screen by Embiid. Gordon, the pass to Embiid.
Oh my goodness.
Well, this big guy, Joel Embiid, is a center with an awesome dunking arsenal.
And out of bounds, Los Angeles.
What the fuck?
The Clippers lead by 7. Suggs outside. Out to Gordon. Lets it go from deep. Drops in the 3.
Well, you can't let Gordon have room from outside. I mean, he's more than capable of knocking down those perimeter shots.
Clark, when it comes to someone like Aaron Gordon, it seems like he makes at least one jaw-dropping play every night.
Well, when you've got that kind of special athleticism, B.A., you can do that. You can make highlight-type plays just by virtue of your activity and giftedness as an athlete. But he's become a heck of a basketball player, too. You always knew the athleticism was there, the energy was there, the work rate was there. But now you're seeing the skill development. I love watching him work.
Suggs, the pass to Gordon. Bridges feeling it out a little bit.
Yo.
Just 5 on the clock. And that was
good. My goodness, yo. Why all these niggas is open, yo?
You want to be hungry in looking for your shots. I mean, shot hungry is a good thing when you've got the stroke that he has, mid-range and long distance.
Embiid with a steal. Suggs against Maxey. Here's Embiid. The rebound by Neesmith. Timberwolves trail by 12. James left side. Gordon with a steal. And it's the Clippers on the break.
Clearly an MVP caliber talent now. Embiid continues to impress with his versatility on both ends. A man that big shouldn't be able to do the stuff that he does with the ball.
He's got his first free throws of the night right here. The free throw drops for Embiid. Clark, one of the league's premier scorers. Embiid does a lot of damage in the mid-range.
I tell you, for a guy as big as he is, I just marvel at his touch, his footwork, and the fact that he scores at all 3 levels. He scores at the rim, mid-range, he's dangerous, and then the three-point shot is one that he can knock down with decent regularity. So at his size, most would like to see him attack the rim more, but I still marvel at his versatility as a scorer.
And Suggs has got the ball here for Los Angeles. Next up on the schedule, the Nuggets, a home game. That'll be the second of a 2-game stretch at home.
Well, you know what I like to say, persistence pays, and with Gordon, he's the kind of guy who just does not rest on the glass.
And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
First one falls for him.
Bruce Brown is just one of those guys that can fill just about any role they need him to. Tremendous versatility.
Tobias Harris checked in for Los Angeles. The Timberwolves also with a sub. Bates checked in for Neesmith.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Here's Suggs. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. One thing this team loves about Jalen Suggs, he is one tough guard, Clark.
Hey, he was the state football player of the year in high school. And you don't just forget about how to be tough when you've done what he's done on the gridiron. And it translates extremely well to the hardwood. I think he's one of the better on-ball defenders in the league right now.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Edey's checked in for Brooks. Neesmith comes in for Bates. Tyrese Maxey's checked in for Brown. And Brunson is subbed in for Joe. Neesmith passes to George. Second chance effort. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is. And that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Now Maxey over to the left wing. Here's Brunson outside. Joel Embiid, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Clippers. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Joel, you got out to an early lead. A lot to like in your performance thus far. What have you liked about it?
Oh, I thought we played great. Defensively, I know that I have someone behind me.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
They haven't played well on the road, and they're going to be on the road for a while. This is a huge test for their mentals. If they rise to the challenge, they will under the pressure of these hostile environments.
And let's talk now about that first half. What a commanding start for the Clippers.
They've kept the ball moving. No one's trying to be a hero, and you see the results.
Yeah, they're just not slinging it around. They are passing with a purpose.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
Let's go.
Big gap on the scoreboard. The second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What else can you say? Joel Embiid, an impressive effort here today.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
We got Jalen Suggs. Aaron Gordon is out there with Joel Embiid. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's Bridges in at the 2. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And stolen by Bridges.
Y'all telegraphed ass passes. Like, what is going on? Like, bro.
Suggs with it, and it's Brunson picking him up. And rejected.
Oh, right to the defender's hand.
Last touch by Edey. It's Bridges on the wing, covered by Joe. Pass to Middleton. Clock at 6. Embiid a screen on George. And that one's good. Middleton.
Oh, I like seeing Middleton stroke it from downtown. That release of his pure white-driven stuff.
Here's Brunson. Great D that time from Suggs.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Paul George spent some time talking about his idol. He said, the person who motivated me as a kid was Kobe Bryant. Growing up in Southern California, watching him every day, I wanted to emulate him. I attacked the game the same way he did, trying to work on every deficiency. play both ends and be a competitor.
His impact lives on, Allie. Brunson up top. He's covered by Suggs. Looking to end this cold spell. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Suggs outside. Into the lane. And there's the rejection. Out of bounds.
Get it, man.
Los Angeles keeps possession.
Fuck, running slow as shit. Get the fucking ball.
Shot clock at 6. The Clippers got to hurry. Late clock here. Embiid can't hit. Timberwolves trail by 21. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
Back to Bridges. Embiid inside. Ooh, give him his 5th make of the game in 10 attempts.
Nobody falling for that
First offensive game.
Kidding me?
7 feet tall, maybe a little north of that, and 280 pounds. Embiid might be the toughest assignment in the league.
George for 3. Connects from downtown. George has got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
And that's got to be a relief. Finally getting something to go here in the second half.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Well, we're into the 3rd quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Nurkic with the ball. Picked up by Embiid. Inside. Oh, and the dunk by George!
George's athleticism has always been a strength. Not many guys can pull off that dunk.
There's the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, capturing the moment. The Clippers lead by 18. Middleton outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's rebounded by Minnesota. George has got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Ball. Kicks it to George. Nurkic, a screen on Middleton. For 3, George. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Suggs, the pass to Bridges. Nurkic against Embiid. Embiid drawing the double team. Second shot opportunity. And the layup is up and in. Embiid's got 4 points in the quarter.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Fires the 3. And it's Maxey missing. And here's Middleton. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Earlier they held a 23-point lead. Embiid. Up again.
Really like
bro, get the rebound. Oh, y'all look at 3 consecutive boards.
When you don't, he does this.
Oh, what a play. It's snatched out of the air. Credit the block. Suggs outside. Pulls up. And again, it's the Clippers.
His teammates expect Suggs to hit these shots, and he doesn't disappoint them.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Some changes for Los Angeles. Tobias Harris checked in for Joel Embiid. Strus comes in for Gordon. And it's Paul in for Middleton. Nesmith, he's checked in for Minnesota. Brunson comes in for Ball. To the paint. Here's Nesmith. Kicks it to George. There's a screen by Nurkic. George passes to Nurkic. No good with a layup.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
He's been a steady presence for them. Nice to have that kind of safety net at the offensive end.
Maxey passes to Brunson. Pass to Nesmith. Will it go? Yes. And a nice assist from Brunson. Nesmith's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Harris up top. This one for three. On target from range.
Big answer
What is
from
the
Harris.
point
Legitimate
of hitting threes
threat
and these
outside
going
the
right
arc.
back down?
George, a screen on Suggs. Here's Maxey. That one goes in. Maxey's got 7.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Los Angeles has gotten 6 of 13 shots to go from outside the arc. Pass to Harris. Suggs against Maxey. Outside Strus. Three-pointer. And the Clippers.
Nigga didn't even catch the ball right.
He did
Still
that so
can't.
well in college. Suggs shooting it well in the league, too.
Brunson looks it over.
That's crazy. Niggas ain't got no flaws.
Looking to get back on track. And he takes it up and lays it in. Give him 8.
Now, he may only be 6'1", but Brunson plays much bigger than that. I mean, he plays with a physicality.
Here's Suggs. And
Yo,
give him
what
another
the
one.
fuck?
He's
He
6
just
of
went
8,
right
looking
past
solid.
him,
It's
bro.
obvious they've taken fewer threes here in the second half
Like,
and
you
are
weren't even
focused on
there.
having a more balanced offensive attack.
And that one's good for Brunson. Brunson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
And so it's Los Angeles up 25 big ones as we head into the next period. The hustle they've shown on defense has been.
God.
And now let's listen in to Ty Lue in the huddle.
Keep attacking, all right? Nah, come on, be aggressive, all right? Let's move the ball.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. And a look now at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the 4th quarter. James is out there with Bruce Brown. Then it's Williams, and it's Brooks in at the 5. Williams' shot is good.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Kennard outside from the arc. Counted from distance. Kennard's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Brown against Kennard. Brooks outside. So, Clark, you think the winner of the NBA Cup should be guaranteed an automatic playoff bid?
Man, that's interesting. I think it could make for a more competitive tournament. So if that would be the outcome, then I would be all for it. But what happens if the tournament winner is the #1 seed at the end of the season? I think you'd have to find alternative incentives then, NBA.
Embiid inside. Brooks defending. Embiid misses. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting only 39% so far in the game. James deciding where to go with it. Pass to Williams. From behind the arc. Kennard with the rebound. The Clippers shooting a nice 50% for the game. Harris misses. And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for the T-Wolves. They played a great 4th quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Embiid can't hit. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Brown passes to Brooks. They double him with Harris. Back to Brooks. Pass to James. Minnesota again.
Ronnie.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Here's Embiid over Williams. Embiid can't hit. Minnesota's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Brooks, the pass to Brown. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Here's Brooks. 2 points. That one goes. Brooks has gotten his first points in this one.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Suggs is checked in for Los Angeles. Los Angeles leading by 22. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Suggs handling his business so far in this one. Really putting the work in on the offensive end.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Max Strus picks one up. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Los Angeles?
Well, you love their unselfish play. Keeping that ball moving, good shot to great. That's winning basketball.
You know, they've been knocking down triples, too. They've continued to make the most of their opportunities from behind the arc as well.
Kennard, he's checked in for Strus. George hits them both. And the NBA has made a significant investment in the G League over the years. Grant, you can really see the impact it's had.
Yeah, BA, and it's grown into a real minor league for the NBA. The NBA needed something like that for a long time, and it's helped the product.
Pass to Brunson, and stolen by Paul.
What?
And here's
How
the fast
old is
break.
Paul even?
Here's Suggs. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Suggs has got 10 points here in the second half.
Getting more comfortable with his jumper. Jalen Suggs, no hesitation there.
Brunson up top. He's guarded by Paul. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
A competitor and an elite offensive player.
Hayward, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Strus comes in for Suggs. Brunson against Paul. Pass to Strus. Harris outside. 11 feet out. Yep, that one's good.
You know, you can't allow Harris to get comfortable there now, guys. I mean, once he gets the positioning he wants, you're toast.
Maxey passes to Brunson. All right, let's say you're starting a new franchise today, and you get to pick any player in the league. Who you got, Grant?
Oh, man, there's so much talent to choose from. You can't go wrong with Doncic, Antetokounmpo, or Jokic. There's some enticing young players, too, like Anthony Edwards as well. And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Hayward finds Harris. Paul against Brunson. Paul passes to Hayward. No good on the three.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Here's Brunson. Oh, he gets it to go. 7 of 13 now.
A flashy ball handler at times, Brunson knows how to carve up scoring opportunities for himself.
Here's Paul. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Pass to George. And it's Harris with the rebound.
Wow.
Los Angeles leading by 21. Now here's Paul. Kennard outside. Harris with it. Clock at 4. Pass to Paul from deep. Some solid defense from Maxey. Timberwolves trail by 21.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Clippers.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
VA, it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And with this performance, they'll have claimed their 8th win of the year. And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Jalen Suggs.
And I love his composure. He didn't try to do too much or force things, but he was ready to take advantage of every opening the defense gave him.
How your game looking? Close.
First free throw is good.
Tell you what, fellas, I mean, an outstanding stretch for Harris has been awesome at adding pieces to his game over time, specifically that three-point shot.
And the Timberwolves going with a whole new group out there. And Harris drops them both. The Timberwolves have got 5 out of 10 shots to drop here in the final quarter. Outside Joe. There's 42 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Bates misses. They've got a commanding lead.
It just seems like everything is going their way.
Paul passes to Love. The kick out to Paul. Love against Nurkic. Back to Vincent. Shot clock at 5. Love, a screen on Miller. Here's Vincent. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Miller against Harris. Outside Joe. And stolen by Paul. So no problem for the Clippers as they get the win. Showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. So long and good night, everyone.
Down 2.
Good ass game. Good.
Wasn't much fun that, so I go back. Retrace your own in a stack and life hacks. Let's not revisit our panic attacks. Life's hard enough. Swap the tic tacs. Give clean a try jack. Feed the fiend a Big Mac. I've tried that, and it's right back to blackjack. So breathe, just breathe.
That's funny as got hard next. We go for the Magic. We go for Florida right now. What up?
Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche NBA, a celebration. And if you claim to be a basketball purist, and Greg, I know you do, one thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Neesmith is out there with Edey. Then it's George. Then there's Maxey. And it's Brunson in at the 1 spot. Pass to Edey. Back to Brunson. Outside for George. Just 4 to shoot. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. A fader. That's short off the rim. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Magic. Here's Giddey. There's the drive. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, Giddey loves to finish strong inside, and he knows how to take advantage of his size.
Pass to Neesmith. Back to Brunson. From 20 feet out. Good as the jump shot falls.
That's his game. Brunson is dangerous from just about everywhere.
And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season, that's really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round. But it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars.
Here's Giddey. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. And George, here we go, to the left wing. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. They set the pick. Pass to Neesmith. And here's Maxey. Lets it fly. No good. That would have tied it.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good luck. Just couldn't find the mark.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Avdia. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Right block shot in deep. Jokic trumps it in. Jokic just got his second bucket of the game to go.
He's so skilled on the interior. Jokic plays with so much force and leverage down low.
Runs in the pass to George. Pass to Neesmith. Outside, Maxey. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team. Shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
That one is off. Last year, coach, as you know, the Timberwolves making it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, that equaled their deepest run in team history, dropping that series to the Mavs. Minnesota has never been to the finals, one of 5 franchises who've yet to get there.
Walter, he's checked in for the Magic. Avdia finds Giddey. Magic moving the ball around. Now, here's Jokic. Well, you know that he's going to find a way to get the ball in the basket no matter what team he's faced with. The average about 31.5 points a game.
Well, you can't start the game much better than this. 4 of 5 from the field.
And now, a developing story in the NBA. Let's now go wide to Shams Charania, who is checking in with the details. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Thanks a lot, Kevin. The latest story right now is out of Minnesota and the Timberwolves trade with the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're plugging in Paul George to this franchise, and with that, an enormous degree of versatility with the ability to exploit advantages at 3 positions on the floor. This team just became a lot more dangerous. And George is an enforcer who also has increased his three-point shooting in the latter half of his career. He's going to be a good option when this team needs a bucket, and he can really help you win.
Thank you, Shams. Great to hear from you as always. Pass to Edey, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up with the Orlando Magic off his foot, and it's being called a kickball. And the Magic making a change here. Van Vliet's checked in. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Jusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Edey. Williams comes in for Aaron Nesmith. Isaiah Joe, he's checked in for Maxey. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Jalen Brunson. Pass to Walter. Giddey, no one around him. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Giddey's got 5 points so far.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
To the middle. Here's Williams. Here's George. Back to Williams. Pass to Joe. Shoots over Walter. Orlando grabs the miss. Inside. And that comes off the assist by Giddey.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, it's not difficult to figure out why they built this lead. They have been dominant in the paint.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Substitution now for Minnesota. Edey's checked in for Jusuf Nurkic. Brooks comes in for George. Nesmith, he's checked in for Isaiah Joe. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Lonzo Ball. An easy 2 points on the layup. Brunson's got his second bucket tonight.
And you can tell Brunson has been well coached. He knows just when to call for that pick and roll.
Van Vliet against Brunson. Here's Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
Pass to Edey. Over in the corner, Williams. Hands it from downtown.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Orlando leading by 7. Here's Walter. Poked away. Now Van Vliet. Scoreless thus far. To the inside. Here's Marshall. Brooks grabs the board. Timberwolves trail by 7. Brunson kicks to Williams. Back to Brunson. And the foul line, Jacoby Walter. That's foul number 2 for him.
Wow, that's a tough foul to take there. That gives it 2 early on, and the coach might have to cut his minutes again.
The Timberwolves gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Nikola Jovic is checked in for Jokic. Avdia comes in for Najee Marshall. And it's Edwards in for Josh Giddey. Free throw good. Edey. Orlando's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And it's Orlando with another.
Nice jump shot, Van Vliet. He can stretch the floor for you or hit there from the mid-range.
Brunson scanning the floor. Pass to Edey on the wing, Williams. Here's Edey. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. So it's the Timberwolves now. And so it's the Orlando Magic with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've got. And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Orlando?
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And another thing Coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, all out there with Isaiah Joe. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Paul George. And it's Williams at the power forward.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Well, Coach Van Gundy, you spent a number of seasons with the Orlando Magic franchise. And looking back at that time, what stands out?
Okay, what stands out for most coaches and jobs, we actually won a lot there, and the winning stands out. I coached a great group of players, inherited not only talent, but guys of high character. It was winning, and it was fun.
We did a lot of winning down there.
We did.
Here's George. That doesn't go either for George.
Are you kidding me?
Magic leading by 4. Van Vliet with the bounce pass. Stolen by Ball. Outside, George. Here he goes. It's hauled in by the Magic.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And it goes down 2 points. Edwards got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways.
No, throw it higher.
Right now, I send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Last season, the Magic retired the first jersey number in their franchise's history, that of our esteemed colleague and Hall of Famer, Shaquille O'Neal. Orlando's #1 pick back in 1992. Jack went on to lead them to their first NBA Finals appearance in 1995. The honor is well-deserved, Kevin.
Yep, he's our teammate, isn't he, David? We love him as a guy, and we love him as a player. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Break every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
Although they were eliminated in the first round, last season was a success stand for the Magic.
It sure was, Kevin. I don't think many people had them even making the playoffs, but they fought hard, pushed the Cavs to 7 games, and gained valuable playoff experience.
They double him with George. 13 feet away. It's not going to go for him. Timberwolves trail by 6. Here's Brunson. Edey gets the bucket. Edey's got 5.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Pass to McCain. Maxey against Abdia. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
Maxey passes to George. Pass to Brunson. Beyond the arc. And McCain pulls it down. Orlando leading by 6. Edwards passes to Jovic. Here's Giddey. Hits it from 3-point range.
You can't shoot like that.
Basket of the night.
takes a ton of threes, but Giddey can knock them down if you let him.
Now, here's Neesmith. That falls. Nice feed that time from Brunson.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
Avdia gets the bucket. Avdia got 6 points in the quarter.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Brunson with it. He has 6. Down low. Six on the shot clock. For 3. And McCain pulls it down. Outside Edwards.
Oh my God.
Pass to Jovic. Here's the 3. A shot off that time. When they get to host the Mavericks, that game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's Edey. And he goes in for the dunk.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of it.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
What the fuck, dude? You just can't make a field.
He's checked in for Orlando. And Van comes in for Avdia. Timberwolves also changing it up. Brooks checked in for Edey. And Miller subbed in for Paul George. Magic leading by 6. Van Vliet outside. The 3. McCain's shot is off. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam. You've seen some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Orlando's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Here's Jokic. There's Jokic being aggressive inside.
Well, what really makes Jokic special inside isn't just his size, but his gracefulness.
Last season, Stan, Jokic passed LeBron's all-time triple-double mark, and he did it stunningly in 813 fewer games.
Yeah, now it's really possible, Kevin, that he's going to end up at the top of that triple-double list by the time his career's over. He's got the big O and Westbrook in his sights. You know, don't sell this guy short. He can do it almost any night.
51 seconds left now here in the second. The close-range shot is good from Brunson.
And Brunson recognizes how to execute inside. The D must be more physical with him.
And Vliet against Brunson. Jokic with the screen on Brunson. Here's Van Vliet. And no good that time. Brunson with some nice D.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Pass to Neesmith. Stolen by Van Vliet.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
To the paint. Fade away. He can't get that one. And a close game so far to the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Magic. They're up by 2. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Hi, folks. It's shaping up to be a good second half as we've seen the Orlando Magic trying to take control of this game.
They're hitting at a high clip. Some shots have been wide open, some tightly contested.
And as the ball continued to fall through the net, you could see their confidence growing. Wow. And we've got some trades being made around the league. Always a compelling story.
This move improves their shooting. George is consistent and brings a scorer's mindset.
Going to be fascinating to watch them integrate him into their offense. He can really stretch the floor. And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
In those first two quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Reminds me of the good old days. Feed it to the big and let him work.
The Timberwolves trail. They've got Denny Avdia. He's out there with Jokic. And it's McCain in at the two-guard spot. That's who's out there for Orlando. There's the pick. Here's Brunson. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. Orlando's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Outside, Avdia. Jokic a screen. 5 on the clock. Here's Avdia. Minnesota with the rebound. 80's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you gotta look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
Pulled by Maxey. Pass to McCain. Now Avdia. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. And this is his 2nd trip to the line in the game.
Denny Avdia taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. As a coach, what were some of your favorite parts, Stan, of life on the road?
Well, Kevin, we get treated really well on the road in the NBA. I mean, you travel on great charters, people take care of your bags, you stay in great hotels. But my favorite part of being on the road was when we were on our way home. Easier to win at home, family at home. That was the favorite part.
How about the bonding experience? And a lot of coaches talk about when you're out there kind of alone against the forces, just you and your team.
Well, I definitely think players bond on trips like that because they're not going in different directions. They team to spend time together. I don't think any of them ever wanted to spend time with me.
Giddey kicks to Avdia. Pass to Jokic. Spins. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. Giddey picks one up.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Norkic checked in for 80. Williams comes in for Neesmith. Isaiah Joe, he's checked in for Maxey. And Bull subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Working his way from scout to head coach.
A lot of outstanding younger coaches in this league, and Jamal Mosley's as good as anyone.
Yep, I would agree. changes for Minnesota. Edey's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Miller comes in for Patrick Williams. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Lonzo Ball. Minnesota's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Pass to George. This one for three. Buries the long-range jumper. George has got 10.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Orlando, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Giddey with the screen on Miller. Here's McCain. Covered by Miller. Shot clock at 6. And here's Jokic. From deep. Jokic.
Oh my God, bro. He is not good like that.
He wanted those 3 points right back.
Brunson against Giddey. And Brunson, here we go. Here's Edey. Outside for George.
No.
Stolen by Avdia. Last break. Here come the Magic. McCain's shot is off.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Joe in the corner. Back to Brunson. Pass to Edey. Stolen by Avdia. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Here's McCain. Back to Avdia. Giddey the pass to Jokic. Over George. And Jokic gets it to go.
Versatile.
Jokic has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
Pass to Joe. To the inside. Brunson, left side. Back to Joe. And the officials have called the illegal screen right there.
And that's a couple of very short possessions in a row. One turnover right after the other.
Walter, he's checked in for the Magic. And then for Minnesota. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Edey. Brown comes in for Jalen Brunson. And James subbed in for Miller. Walter. And that comes off the assist by Giddey. Giddey's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Minnesota making some changes. Brooks checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Lonzo Ball comes in for James. And Maxey subbed in for Bruce Brown. Timberwolves trail by 7. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, thanks. At this point in his career, Paul George says he's in bully mode. He said, every night I'm on the floor, I'm there to dominate. Whether it's being more physical or going right at whoever I got to go at, you're going to feel me. I'm having that approach every time. I'm there to destroy you. Have it?
Love it, though, D.A. Got to admit it.
Thank you.
And I love watching Giddey take it strong to the basket. The D has got to be aware of it.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. A scoring breakdown for Orlando.
Well, you've got to like that they're not settling. They're attacking the defense on the drive and creating great looks.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, boy, they just jump at it.
Maxey against Giddey. Pass to Walter. Orlando moving the ball around. Here's Avdia.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Maxey.
No.
Outside.
Triangle now. Fuck.
They set the pick. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
And the defense of the Timberwolves stand as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long and athletic, but it all comes down to execution, and they get it done.
Edwards, he's checked in for Orlando. Fred VanVleet comes in for Josh Giddey. And both free throws good for Paul George.
And what I love about Paul George, the production, year after year after year.
We've got 1:13 left in the third. Let's a floater go. Here's Jokic.
Like, you're like Jokic do whatever the fuck he want to do.
Own this quarter. A major reason they're up right now.
Like, what the fuck was that?
Ball, the pass to George. Misses the three.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
No one near Edwards as he lets it go. Sinks the triple. Edwards got the lead up to 11 now for Orlando.
How the fuck he got there? Who knows?
Yeah, ball size makes him a difficult guy to guard. He uses it well to pick up fouls while shooting.
The Timberwolves have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
Taking 2 shots.
No good on that.
Lonzo, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
No good on the second free throw. Orlando leading by 11. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's McCain. Takes it off the glass. McCain's got his first bucket of the night.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Maxey against VanVleet. Maxey passes to Neesmith. Stolen by
Wow, what the hell was that?
Here's VanVleet. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Jokic firing on all cylinders for the Magic. It's been an excellent game for him offensively.
Yo.
Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. So on the floor for Minnesota, James is out there with ball. Then there's Aaron Neesmith. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Williams at the three. Pass to Jovic. Brunson against Giddey. Shot clock at 5. Takes a three. Tyrese Maxey grabs the miss. And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Trailing by 13. Here's Edey. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. We see coaches stand willing to pay fines for complaining about the officiating. I'm having a hard time thinking if you ever did that. Going back in my Rolodex here. Did you? Did you ever do that, Coach?
I mean, Kevin, I paid hundreds of thousands of dollars of fines in the NBA. Yeah. My wife was not real happy about that at one point, reminding me early on that we had 4 kids we were going to try to put through college. And she told me one year I just gave away 2 college educations.
Guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Maxey finds George. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Brunson, left side. off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
No one near him. And Jovic gets it to go.
Fuck out of me. This is line highway robbery.
Selfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
What the fuck?
To Brunson.
Thank you. Make an open three. Like, that's all I ask.
You can see the confidence building now that he's found his mark from three in this second half. The defense is going to have to do a better job.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away.
Let's get up and make the noise. From 4 on 7.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Jamal Mosley was going over with his team. Now he wants his team to stop playing it safe. He said, we've got this lead by doing what we do, and we can keep it if we don't get too cautious. Play our game. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. Pass to Giddey. Here's Jovic. Edey with the rebound. Edey's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. George double team. Back to Nesmith. The three-pointer, no good. Magic leading by 11. Pass to McCain. Giddey against Brunson. Here's McCain. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
Man, that's a tough ball for Brunson there. I'm not sure it was all the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Brunson against Van Vliet. No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. A shot's good on the assist by Brunson.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Brunson against Van Vliet. Pass to Avdia. Here's McCain. And here's Jokic. Over Edey. It's deflected.
Thank you.
Force the shot clock violation. Great team. Josh Giddey's checked in for Fred Van Vliet.
Look at Giddey, like.
Josh Giddey.
Timberwolves trail by 10.
Brunson
outside. Over to the left wing. Back to Maxey. That cuts the lead to single digits.
And with how explosive Maxey is, he's not your average guard in the paint.
Giddey against Brunson. Pass to Jokic.
Oh my God, how's he open?
And the call up against Jokic. That is his first foul of the game. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page.
Okay, fans, who wants a free t-shirt? Let me hear you get loud, Magic fans.
Timberwolves trail by 8. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Pass to Edey. Now here's Brunson. Maxey with it. Into the lane. A shot's good on the assist by Brunson.
Assisted.
Brunson's got his 4th assist in this one. And so Marshall will bring it up for the Magic. They've led by as many as 14 points. Here's Giddey. It's in, and he's a 5 for 6 in the game.
He's He's got some touch. Giddy delicate with that one.
Dude, Giddy's annoying, bro.
Outside, Maxey.
Doesn't like this.
Pass to Brunson. Lets the three fly. Rebound by Marshall.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Avdia. Giddy the pass to Jokic. Over Edey. Jokic, no good. Timberwolves trail by 8. And George, here we go. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
And you've got to love the energy right now. They got hot when they absolutely had to.
Well, you love their execution to get back in it. This game's very much in reach for them.
That one goes. Count it.
Somebody step up and help. Like, really to help defense.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Denny Avdia picks one up.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
At the line for the Timberwolves, Maxey. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 7. Maxey hits them both.
And good aggressive basketball on that trip. Drawing the foul, converting the free throws, and then also narrowing the gap.
Down low. Maxey grabs the miss.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that one.
And he lives for the moment. Brunson playing his best during crunch time.
Giddy the pass to Marshall. And here's Jokic. Jokic. Great possession.
No way, bro.
And the Magic lead by 6.
Another bucket from Jokic. He could dominate scoring-wise every night if he wanted to. He is that good.
Brunson, good.
Showing time and time again, he is comfortable being that first option. Brunson delivering in the clutch.
Giddy the pass to Jokic. Good, Jokic can indeed take a little contact.
Well, when you need a bucket, run the offense through Jokic.
Here's Maxey. Yes!
So poised in these situations. Love seeing Maxey rise to the occasion and knock that one down.
Orlando's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Pass to Jokic. Over Edey. Good drop.
What?
Sometimes you just have to admire the greatness
Yo.
of Jokic. No doubt when it matters most.
Outside, Maxey. Brunson outside. It's George on the wing. Count! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Giddy the pass to Jokic. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And Edey picks one up.
Jokic is such.
The coach's challenge has been an issue. Team like this, with a wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail. A different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you... speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to review it. The double-checking and the game continues on.
So the first first one drops, and that
no way he got the fucking energy to make these free throws. Like, this way he's about to fucking pass out.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Great work at the line under pressure. They're that much closer to putting this game away.
Minnesota calls timeout. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
An uphill climb. They need everything to break their way.
Well, I'm sure they'll run a play they believe in. If it works, I say try for the steal, and if you don't get it, immediate foul.
Get loud and let them hear it. Which section can give allowance for a free T-shirt?
17 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
Let's get loud.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, that's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Full team time. At the line for Orlando, Najee Marshall taking 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ball game.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
The shot by George, wide open. A three-pointer off the mark. So the Magic win it. Probably a little bit closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they...
Thank you for that, David.
How much better fucking play, bro? Like, these niggas are making bullshit.
This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports.
Like, that's BS.
We'll see you next time.
I'm mad you got hot late, Maxey. Damn. I think you missed a wide open 3. Like, come on. I understand you hurt, but damn. Good game, PJ. Like, it ain't me, man. These niggas is making bullshit, bro. Like, I'm playing a good game, man. I don't understand some of these shots that they making. It's just ridiculous. Like, I can't play. Like, I'm playing good defense. Like, it's nothing else that need to be done.
Oh yes, it's like I'm grandma, yes. PT rep that till death. Get back, I need 10 steps. Don't care who got up next. PT can't miss. Ain't heard no like this. Pull out my sheet. I got the bread to trick. I see your ex down bad. I think he need assist. So I went that mama. I no drama. I'm on my way to the tippity top. I'm so OP. Think I'm in a B-O-B-M-O-B-G-A-N-G. Love me when I stop. I might get bored and just get in the stocks. Shawty just gave me the... I love black girls that listen to rock. You think you're trying to put me in box? This ain't for containing, stupid little... Ain't no point in saving when up the skull. I'm so good at singing the way I carry notes. They frame what I'm saying. Treat that like pain is. This not a handout. We not relaying. Competition, all we do is dusty. I'm the type to hold the face. I'm a hold the hair.
A quick peek into the locker room as the players get set for the game ahead. Looking to make a big splash here tonight. Welcome to 2K Sports Annual Noche NBA presentation. We're excited to bring you this celebratory fusion of basketball and Latin culture. We should see some great ball movement with these two teams, Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
So the opening lineup for the Timberwolves, we've got Edie, Maxey out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Paul George, and it's Nesmith in at the power forward position. 5 on the clock. George against DeRozan. George, no good. Now Smith. Pass to Harden. The rebound by Nesmith. George with it, guarded by Vucevic. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. Chance at a three-point opportunity here. One free throw coming up. Well, when you talk about a classic 3-and-D guy, Paul George is one of the first to come to mind, Brent.
I agree, B.A. I think he's been a little bit underappreciated, but this guy, both ends of the floor, with the ability to score and defend, is elite.
That's good from George.
And Paul George entering the league in 2010. I mean, he's been as good as any two-way wing in the league, cementing himself as an all-NBA level player.
Smith finds Harden. That three's off the mark. Nesmith on the wing, covered by Smith.
You know, one thing about Maxey is that he always is looking for an outlet.
We played just over a minute here in the first. Harden against Brunson. Harden, the pass to Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Eric Spoelstra and I got a chance to catch up for a bit. Talking about Tyrese Maxey, he voiced how crucial it is to make sure that his defense doesn't allow him any breathing room. He told me, quote, Maxey can get hot in a hurry, so we can't afford to give him open looks. And with his speed, we definitely want to limit his opportunities in the open court. We'll see if the defense can slow his pace, guys.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Pass to DeRozan. Shot from the wing. Basket counts.
Oh, the lost art of the mid-range jumper. DeRozan dialing it in.
Brunson passes to Maxey. Now here's George. Over to DeRozan. George's shot is off.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Down low. Here's Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Yeah, what? What an athlete Smith is. Excellent at rising up to punch it home.
Out to the right wing. Brunson against Harden. Pass to Maxey. Outside Nesmith. Here's the three. Miami grabs the miss. And they've been producing at a high level.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively.
And there's the length of Smith at work. Playing big on the interior.
Harden against Brunson. Pass break Miami. And he lays it in on the break.
The great hustle from Harden in transition, getting up the court as quickly as possible.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
If you see yourself yourself a round of applause.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Well, Grant, the Miami Heat are as professionally run as any franchise in this league.
Yeah, and certain numbers point to that. They minimize turnovers, they don't commit cheap fouls, and they hit their free throws. So, in other words, they don't give anything away.
And we just got Shams Charania on the line. Shams, I understand there's some big NBA news. Can you fill us in?
Thanks, guys. I've got news today coming out of Minnesota for the Timberwolves. They're plugging in Paul George to this franchise, and with that, an enormous degree of versatility. With the ability to exploit advantages at 3 positions on the floor, this team just became a lot more dangerous. And George is an enforcer who also has increased his three-point shooting in the latter half of his career. He's going to be a good option when this team needs a bucket, and he can really help you win.
Always something going on, and we appreciate the update, Shams. Thanks. Beasley's checked in for Miami. That's good from DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan, an impressive scorer who takes relatively few three-point shots, Grant.
Yeah, the arc is not his primary focus. He'd rather pick you apart in the mid-range, but he does it so consistently that the points pile up quick.
Sometimes Lonzo's got to put the defense on their heels and start attacking with some aggression. And that play, he did so.
And that one falls for Ball. And in the front end of the back-to-back, what's important?
Well, BA, most coaches treat this one like a regular game. Try to win. Don't worry about minutes. Tomorrow, they may adjust the rotations a bit.
And here's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for Miami. Again, the Heat misses.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Williams in the post. Checked by Mitchell. Off target at the rim. The Heat with the lead. And DeRozan with the basket. On the assist by Mitchell. DeRozan's gotten his 3rd basket of the night. And that's a foul called on Malik Beasley. That's his first foul. So for Miami, Huff's checked in for Nikola Vucevic. George comes in for Smith. And it's Johnson in for Mitchell. Williams passes to Joe. And there's the screen. Fires for 3. Minnesota again missing. And it's Miami's ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Beasley outside. The three-pointer off the mark.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Here's a great quote from Coach Eric Spoelstra, who said, "The Miami Heat culture is a system based on discipline and hard work. We stand for something. That's competition. That's winning. We feel that there's a championship DNA that you can develop." And Brian, they walk the walk.
One of the great organizations in the league, Allie. Minnesota's gone 0 for 2 from outside. Pass the ball. Outside Joe. Back to Ball. Nurkic, a screen on Johnson. Just 4 to shoot. They get it again. Brooks outside. Joe with the ball. Takes a 3. Rebound Miami.
That's how you want to see them crash the glass. They've been out-hustled so far.
Miami, no good that time either. The Timberwolves trail. It's stolen by Johnson. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. And there's the basket, and the whistle blows. Chance at a three-point play here. Going to the line for 1. And this will be a second trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, his problems at the foul line had an effect the last time they took the court.
James Harden, he's checked in for Johnson. Miller's checked in for the Timberwolves. James comes in for Joe.
What impresses me most about DeRozan is his footwork, especially when he's operating around the mid-range.
Foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
Miami shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And he drops the first. Both shots good from the stripe. 2 on the clock. What a performance for DeMar DeRozan. He's been the story for the Heat. He put together 10 points in the quarter. Time for a quick break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Miami?
So far, they've had a lot of success off fast break plays, and they'll probably continue to push the tempo as much as possible.
They've also done a great job of taking turnovers and producing out of that, working really hard that they're not wasting extra chances that they're creating.
Johnson is out there with James Harden. Then there's George. Then it's Malik Beasley. And it's Huff in at the center position, filling out the middle. That's the group in the game for the Heat. George, a screen on Brunson. From downtown, and that's good. Harden for 3. Harden's got 5 points in the quarter.
Dialed in from deep. Harden understands when he should look to shoot the 3 ball.
Maxey against Johnson. Maxey, that's good.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Heat leading by 10. Here's Huff. George, a screen on Brunson. The 3 is up. 3-pointer. And George gets it to go on the assist by Harden. George has got 5 now.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
What you like about James Harden, he can play with any set of teammates for him.
We're seeing this transition, BA, right, from Harden being this elite offensive system by himself to now being a better teammate, a guy who can facilitate and set guys up to make better offensive plays. So not shouldering the entire load anymore. He's been very flexible over the past couple seasons.
And down it goes. 2 points.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
There's a screen. Pass to Edey. Stolen. Now here's Johnson. Yet to see a basket. Now here's Harden. Launches it. Nails it from 3.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Here's Brunson. Count it. All 3 of his attempts have gone in.
Well, that takes such tenacity just to get in there. Brunson battling through the inside contact.
Maxey against Johnson. Outside Harden. 6 to shoot. Paul George pulls down the board. Timberwolves trail by 16. Now for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. Brunson passes to Maxey. For 3. Pass to Nesmith. Now Brunson. To the middle. Second chance shot. Maxey. Edey, that's good. Edey's got this first bucket of the night.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Here's Huff. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by George.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
No good. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Heat. George passes to Huff, and he dumps it down.
Really heads up there. A play where you locate the best open pass, and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
Pass to Brunson from deep. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. Brunson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Really quick release there from Brunson. Let that one go in a hurry.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
Get ready to get hyped, fans. Feature Heat Record Dance Crew.
Big group substitution here for Miami. Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Huff. Smith comes in for George. DeMar DeRozan's checked in for Johnson. And Mitchell subbed in for James Harden. Mitchell against Ball. Beasley outside. To the inside. Here's Vucevic. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. Vucevic has got his first points of the game.
There's a reason Vucevic shoots a great percentage. So adept and skilled at scoring.
And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Edey's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. George comes in for Williams. Tyrese Maxey's checked in for Brown. And Brunson is subbed in for Ball. Here's Maxey. And he lays it up and in. Maxey's got 4 points in the quarter.
It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
Pass to DeRozan. Beasley outside. Launches a three. A rebound by Edey. Timberwolves trail by 13. And Maxey, here we go. Smith with the rebound. Miami has got 3 of 5 to fall from beyond the three-point line in the second. Vucevic with it. That one no good. Outside Joe, down low, tipped. Ooh, stolen by Smith. Pass to Mitchell. Now DeRozan. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
A high-effort play by DeRozan. His ability to absorb the foul and still put up the shot. Magnificent.
On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe. That's good from DeRozan. He's off on the second.
Yeah, numbers from the free throw line for DeRozan have only improved as his career has gone on.
Brunson with the finish inside.
He's done everything he can tonight, trying to keep this team competitive.
Mitchell, the pass to DeRozan. From the line, the rebound by Edey.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
They set the screen. Here's Brunson outside. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Miami leading by 12. Smith passes to Mitchell. There's the three. Smith, that one's good. Smith's got 9.
And Smith has such confidence rising up from deep. This is what's going to make him so dangerous here in the pros.
Mitchell against Brunson. Pass to Edey. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 4 rebounds in the game. Now here's Beasley. On the wing, DeRozan. Got it. Good job in the low post. 13 points in the game.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
Hey, since we got a little time on our hands here, you guys got any big plans for tonight?
Not me. I'm just going to take it easy.
And as for our game here, we have to talk about James Harden. That was quite a first-half performance. And that's a wrap on.
Just about ready ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, DeMar DeRozan has been exceptional here, guys.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
This is going that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Kicking off the second half, here's Chris Finch's 5. Neesmith out there with Edey. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. Then there's Jalen Brunson. And it's George in at the 3 slot.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Well, Brent, something we've all noticed lately. Is the small ball era starting to wind down?
Well, B.A., I think in people's minds when you say small ball, they're thinking about 6'1" guys on the court. That's not what we're talking about. It's a skill game, and I don't think the small...
George. DeRozan, left side. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Edey. A little over a minute gone here in the second half.
This isn't how they wanted to start the second half. Only 1 of 4.
Great look, but off the mark. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
You gotta love Tyrese Maxey's approach to the game. He said, quote, "I really have a simple life. I have this joy about playing basketball. I like putting in the work, so I'm extremely focused, extremely competitive, and I'm out here having the time of my life. I get to do what I love every single day, and it's a blessing," unquote. Ryan, he's such a positive guy.
Yeah, he really is. Thanks for that, Allie. Minnesota shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game. That one misses. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Pass to Harden. The 3 ball. Yes, great play by DeRozan to set him up. Harden's got 16 points now.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Smith outside. DeRozan with the ball. Guarded now by George. And it's DeRozan missing. Timberwolves trail by 19. Here's Maxey. Mitchell grabs a miss. For Miami, they've got just 2 of 6 in the second half. Smith passes to Harden. Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. And here's Minnesota now. That'll be the back end of a 3-game road trip. Pass to Edey. Outside Neesmith. 6 on the shot clock. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Here's Brunson. And the shot no good, a bit short. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Heat. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin of the game.
Wow. Look at the handles on DeMar.
And Minnesota with possession here. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
George feels it out a bit. Beyond the arc. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Out of bounds. It'll be Timberwolves. Miami making a switch here. George is checked in. Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Pass to Miller. Yes, sir. And it's Ball with the assist that time. Miller's got his first 2 points of the night.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
DeRozan outside. George outside. DeRozan passes to Vucevic. Four on the clock. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. Harden can't hit.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Pass to Neesmith. Lets the three fly. Miami grabs the miss. Outside Mitchell. DeRozan outside. Let's go with a three. Mitchell misses. Timberwolves trail by 19. Outside Neesmith. Vucevic with a steal. DeRozan with the ball. Guarded now by Ball. And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
He's got 16. George scanning the floor. Up top, Vucevic. From the high post. Good. He hits the jumper. Vucevic has gotten his second bucket of the game.
The sure stroke of Vucevic when he added that three-point shot in his 6th season. He has loads of trust in his jumper.
Here's Joe. With the tip. Controls the rebound and the putback. Nurkic has got his first bucket in this one.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Comes in for Vucevic, and Beasley has subbed in for Harden. .156 left in the third quarter. DeRozan outside. Pass to Huff. The three is up. Gets the three ball to go. Huff's got 5 points.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Nurkic a screen on George. Neesmith passes to Ball. 5 to shoot. Mitchell grabs a miss. Mitchell's got 4 rebounds in the game. George finds Mitchell. Knocked loose. Mitchell against Ball. Miller on the wing. There's 47 seconds left in the third. DeRozan against Miller. Fast break Miami. Mitchell misses.
And it was a great chance to finish on the break, and he flubs it.
Completely lost focus. You can't get 2 steps ahead.
You know, that was an excellent play right there, using his strength to power through contact.
Johnson, he's checked in for Miami. Williams is checked in for Minnesota. James comes in for Miller. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. DeRozan deciding where to go with it. There's the drive. Oh, Nurkic with the block.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Beasley, pass to DeRozan. From deep three-point range. And that's not going to go. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's the Heat up 19. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter started. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
And from the two-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got Malik Beasley, James Harden out there with Johnson. Then there's George, and it's Huff in at the 5. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Brunson against Harden. Johnson a screen on Brunson. Takes the 3. That shot is off. Miss number 6 of the day out of 12 attempts. Here's George. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it. Just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
And stolen by Brunson.
James Harden. First personal foul. First team foul.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Heat.
Well, the coaching staff has to love what they're seeing on offense. There's so many assists because how this team is moving the ball.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
Harden against Brunson. Right side Harden. Out to Beasley from outside the arc. It's hauled in by Jalen Brunson.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Some room here for Williams. Rebound Miami. 22 was their biggest lead. And after this game wraps up, they're off to New York to take on the Knicks. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home.
I've been in this position. Your team is up. You want to drive in the dagger. He may be a little overeager.
Here's George. And George with some nice D.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
Three-pointer Harden. Oh, he gets it to go. 7 of 13 now.
And looking to shoot as many threes as possible. This kind of confidence is impressive to see.
Johnson against Maxey. Pass to Brunson. He shoots it. The putback. Huff pulls it in. Heat leading by 17. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Williams. And it's Edey missing. Miami has gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter. Here's Huff. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Outside Brunson. The offensive rebound.
And George has a way of sniffing out those offensive rebounds. I like when he takes that kind of initiative.
Here's Harden. Just about 3 minutes through the fourth and final quarter here. Back to Beasley. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Edey's got rebound number 8 now. It's George on the wing. He's guarded by Beasley. Williams a screen on Beasley. Here's George. The rebound by Beasley. The Heat have gotten only 2 of 6 attempts to drop in the fourth. Jacks up a 3. And George with the basket on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got his 3rd assist of the night. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Maxey passes to George. With the floater. And he sinks the layup.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. take a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, James Harden.
And his teammates were lucky that he was hot from deep out there this evening. I mean, his consistency really helped stretch out the defense, allowing for success on the offensive end.
They were not playing well and were in desperate need of a win. He took this responsibility upon himself, and he delivered.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here.
Timeout call for Minnesota. Give them a round of applause.
And here is Maxey. Now that we have a few years of reference, it's safe to say the NBA play-in tournament has been a roaring success, Grant.
Yeah, I agree, B.A. And people forget it was created in the peak of the pandemic. The league set up a lifeline for teams that lost key players to COVID, but it has turned into something much, much greater.
Outside Mitchell, back to Harden. Kicks it to DeRozan. No one near him. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. DeRozan's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
And it's Miami's ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Vucevic, a screen on Maxey to the paint. And Vucevic slams it in.
Rolling with purpose off the pick. Vooch, impressive basketball IQ, is really featured in screener roles.
George passes to Brunson. Right side Maxey. Maxey on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Over Mitchell. Smith with the rebound.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there, and of course that one was just crazy. It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Heat.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And this will push their total wins for the year up to 11. And as most people predicted, the defense, even though they were keying on him, had no answers for James Harden.
And serving up feeds all night long. He was the best teammate that they had on the floor.
There's the strength training coming into play for Maxey.
Grant, some rookies come into the league with a ton of hype. You've lived through that. How does it affect a young player?
Well, B.A., it can be overwhelming, and certainly it's a lot to endure. You're the focus of so much attention, and there are so many expectations. And with all the media these days, it's even more magnified and intense.
Pass to George. And Miami again with the bucket.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Knocks it loose. Brown with the steal. And here they go on a free run to the bucket.
Heat foul. First personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for the Timberwolves, Bruce Brown.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Brown. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Beasley. And the layup falls.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on. And that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
Minnesota again missing.
And let's face it, they won't get back in the game with fouls like that.
First team foul. Substitutions for your Heat, Vucevic.
So no problem for Miami as they get the win. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game